Good morning, friends. It is 5:57 a.m., 5:58 a.m., and I'm about to get started on my morning routine. I'm just going to have my cup of coffee. And it is dry today, but you can see the clouds drifting by in the distance over there. Probably about a kilometer away, maybe. But I think they'll pass us by today. We had the brunt of the bad weather 2 days ago, a bit of rain yesterday, and now here we are with the sunshine again at 6 a.m. And with the sunshine comes the start of the day, and with the start of the day comes a cup of coffee and everything that we're going to do today. How are you doing this morning? I hope you're doing all right. I know I am. I slept well. We had an amazing hike yesterday, 2 hikes actually. Just a fun day in the mountains. And today we're going to have a good, fun day as well with an evening program because there's a festivity at the top of one of the mountains this evening, which means that the mountain elevators go, the ski lifts go a bit longer, I think till about 9:30 or 10 p.m. And we will be up there on the mountain enjoying what the evening has to offer tonight, which will be fun. Like I always say, I train for living an active, adventurous, self-sufficient life. And I think this holiday has shown that the effort over the last years has paid off. Because we've done a lot of hiking and walking through the mountains, but I felt great throughout, even carrying 12 kilos or 20 kilos, 15 kilos or 20 kilos on my back. And that feels really good. What can I say? It feels really good to be able to go out and do all of these fun things here in the mountains during a holiday. And it's been a very active holiday and a very good one. It's actually inspired me to think about maybe organizing a health and fitness trip to the region. Probably about a week filled with fun activities, but also learning and workshops and coaching to help us get on track and stay on track with our health and fitness goals in life. So who knows? Maybe that's something that'll happen in the future. The other thing I always say is that we're good just the way we are. We've got to love ourselves before we can move on. And I guess one of the bigger insights that came to me a bit later in life is that fitness is not about how I look, even though I can understand, especially I've been 17, 18, 19, 20 as well, that looks can matter and are important. But it's about how I feel. And the more I train and the fitter I become, the better I feel. Eli, hi, good morning. Thanks for dropping by this morning. I hope you're enjoying the view. What brings you to my channel this morning? And I appreciate you saying hello and giving me a thumbs up and being interested in what I'm doing. I hope you're doing well. It is 6:02 in the morning here, and I'm about to get started on my morning routine. But I'm just chatting and talking as I'm enjoying the view. Let me get out of the way so you can get a proper view of the mountaintops here in Austria at dawn, because that's really great. And I guess in life, sometimes we get a bit distracted by minor things, because in the end, one of the things I realized is that if I just put in the 20 to 30 minutes every day, my body changes anyway, so I feel good, but I also start to somewhat look better. Beautiful background climate. Girish, thanks. Yeah, it is. That's absolutely amazing. And thanks for dropping by and saying good morning and noticing. I am absolutely blessed to be able to wake up in this place and do my morning exercises here. It's quite different from my home kitchen, I can tell you. I appreciate everyone dropping by. I'm sorry. Is there a different different position that I could be sitting in? It's a bit hard to get down on two knees and sit here and chat with you. So this is the easiest hunter squat I can do before I get up and get on with my exercises. Thanks for dropping by, but I can get out of the way so you can get a good view of the view over here, and it's pretty great. And there you have it. Within 15 minutes, it went from dark to being nice and light. And I'm going to get started with my morning routine because my coffee's almost finished. And like I always say, the only way to get anything done is by showing up and doing the work. I'm going to get started. We're going to start off with full body mobility. And I'm going to do some light kettlebell training. Nothing too heavy because we've done quite intense sessions yesterday and the day before. But enough to get a nice little muscular warm-up in for the day. And if there's anything you want to know about me or about my channel or about anything that I'm doing in the morning, just go ahead and ask as I'm setting up my timers. I'm getting started on the routine this morning because it's fun to be here and to have people to chat with in the morning. What's your outlook for today? It's Tuesday morning, I believe. And Tuesday mornings are usually a good morning to really get on with work or studying in the week. Or maybe it's Monday evening and you're just winding down from the day. If that's the case, let me know where you're dialing in from. Could also be Tuesday end of day for you, and it could be that you've already had a good day and a fun day and are now ready to kind of kick back for the evening, relax, and get ready for a good night of sleep, because sleep is one of the big three components of a healthy and balanced life, right? It's about sleeping well, it's about eating well, and then it's about moving well. And if you can do those three things, a lot of other things will start to fall into their place. Breathing exercise. But that's just the way I look at things. You might have a different perspective on what makes life worth living and what makes life fun and interesting. Working on the neck. the V or W shape. This one felt really awkward when I started doing it, but now that I've been doing it for a while, feels like it's getting better and better, so probably something is happening in my upper back. Now we're going to pick those pears out of the pear tree. And this is also a good moment and time today to think about ambitions in life, what really matters. Because especially during a holiday break where you completely detach from everything that's going on day to day, hip mobility by rocking back and forth. So if you consider what matters most in life, there are things that day-to-day stresses, demands, and pressure can obscure from sight sometimes. Living life is somewhat akin to walking through fog. And as you're walking through that fog, it can be very hard to see the best path forward and upward. Sometimes you need to do something or wait for that fog to slightly clear. And holidays are usually a good place and time to do that. So you take a break. You don't have the demands or the stresses of everyday life. And as you reflect, you realize, well, how's my health doing? Am I physically healthy? Yes. Am I mentally in a good space? Yeah. No dark clouds in my mind. What about emotions? How are my emotions doing? Are they steady? Or are they frantic? Do I have mood swings? Do I go from elated to angry to frustrated? Why? But the answer is no, I don't. I experience a wide range of emotions, which is normal, being human. But not in a way that hinders my enjoyment of life or my ability to function day to day in society or with friends. What about my spiritual health? Do I feel connected to the world in a good way? So maybe there's something in terms of health that requires attention. Maybe not. That's alright. And once you've kind of taken stock of your health, you can take a look at your relationships. relationships with family, with friends, and with the communities that you're a part of. And then think about whether your relationships with your family are good or bad. And either is fine, because not everyone has a caring and loving relationship with their mother or father, brother or sister. And that's completely alright. Just be aware of that. And make sure that it is in a place that you want it to be, or that it's a conscious choice for things to be the way they are for good reasons. And your reasons are your own, always. What about friendships? I know I can count my good friends on the fingers of my two hands. And those are the people that I love to see regularly. And then there are a lot of people around that, beyond that, who I enjoy spending time with when we meet. But I think it's alright if we see each other less frequently. And by the way, these relationships tie in to my mental and emotional health as well, right? And what about the communities I'm a part of? Small groups of people where we gather around an idea or topic or an interest. For example, the community of my neighborhood, where we care about the neighborhood that we live in, or the community of tabletop games, where we share an interest in tabletop games, or the community, a newfound one for me, of people who did the same education to become a trainer of functional movement and health coaching, or a personal trainer. And we enjoy getting together and practicing and talking about cases that we were working on. All of these things are contributions for me. It could be an online messaging board or an online group that you run. It could be a club, or participating in a sports club, or anything at work. It gives you a sense of belonging and also contribution. So once we've thought about those, maybe you realize that, hey, I would like to have a different relationship with someone in my family, or I haven't seen people I consider my friends often enough. Yet this year, or the last month, or the last 2 months, and then there's a clear direction there. Maybe there is a clear purpose in terms of a community that you're a part of, that you want to contribute to. And you can take a look at that, and you can see whether there's something that you would like to do, or start, or join. Doesn't have to cost any money, just something that gives you pleasure and maybe even peace of mind. Let me just see if anyone else left a message this morning. Not yet, but thanks for dropping by and watching. I appreciate that. I appreciate you saying hi this morning and leaving me a thumbs up. So, now that we've covered all of those, let's take a look at another pillar of our health and well-being, one that we sometimes overlook, but that is probably a big source of stress and anxiety for many people. And those are finances. So we can take a look at our finances and try to understand them from three perspectives. Our income, one. Our savings is another one. And our investments is a final one. And you also need to look at them in that order, right? So, to meet our basic physical, maybe also some of our psychological need, some form of income, or at least disposable means, are important. And our ability to manage that income depends on a number of factors: the skills and talents we have, where we live, the opportunities available to us. So, looking into. And once you have some savings, you can consider, once you have a steady income and are in control of your cost of living, well, then maybe it's time to think about some savings. You know, having about 3 months worth of living expenses in savings on hand is usually a good rule of thumb. Served me very well, that advice. And the ability to be able to put aside 10% of my monthly income is a big part of being able to build financial stability. But that has taken time and effort. It didn't happen overnight. And depending on your starting point in terms of debt and income and the skill of managing money, right? By the way, if the cost of living is extremely high where you are, both in terms of rent and in terms of food and in terms of utilities, and the wages are low, it's not very strange that it's maybe nearly impossible to do anything else but spend the money you earn. And that is by no means a reflection on who you are as a person. It is just a reflection of the situation that you're in. So, when it comes to income and balancing what comes in and what comes out, understanding the cost of living and the expenses in the area where you're living and where are you employed is as important as understanding the factors driving the income that you have, whether that's minimum wages, skills, talents, and opportunities. There are a lot more opportunities in big cities, for example, than there are opportunities in smaller rural areas around the world. Things like that. It's worth considering. Instead of blaming yourself and feeling bad, no one ever got rich by skipping cappuccino, so to speak, if they felt like drinking it. And finally, when you have a baseline of savings and the ability to take at least 10% of your monthly income and put that into savings, you start thinking about investments and what investments could mean for you and your future. So, when it comes to finances, there are some things to think about. Very serious topic this early morning. And then finally, when it comes to life, thinking about the opportunities for self-deployment and self-development. So for me, for example, that is creating videos like this. It's just something that I enjoy doing while I do my exercises, chatting and talking with you, having conversation. At the same time, I enjoy creative writing, and I enjoy physical activities. So combining two of those here on this channel has proven to be very fruitful. But there's more that I do as well. A pure interest and desire to learn and grow as a person. But again, I can do a lot of that in part because I feel physically healthy and fit. I'm in a good place mentally and emotionally. I have good relationships, I believe, with family and friends and communities I'm a part of. I'm financially stable, so there's a lot of mind space to invest in other things. And I have a relatively stress-free life, a relative high stress tolerance in general. 6:24 a.m. by the way. And this day is now nicely getting started with the clouds rolling by in the distance. It's a great morning to be out and working on mobility. In any case. So those are the four things I would think about: my health, my relationships, my finances, and my opportunities for self-development. And in that order, because fixing one of those spokes or areas of my life generally tends to have a positive, well, not fixing, but investing in any one of those areas tends to have a positive effect on many other areas of my life. So that's worth keeping in mind. Always. going to do some simple core exercises before moving on. Jonathan, hey, good morning, buddy. You too. Hoping you have a good day today, and thanks for dropping by again this morning. I appreciate you dropping by and saying hello. right. Now, let's engage in a little full body kettlebell flow. And by the way, the chill that I felt this morning, obviously, it is gone now because we've been physically active. Okay, so like I said, we're going to do 10 sets of my kettlebell flow. So we're going to do the flow, swings, the flow, swings, the flow, swings, the flow, and swings 5 times each. And I'm going to go for about 4, maybe 5 sets every minute and 15 swings on every minute. Everything two-handed. Lift, up row, clean, press, squat. One. And 15 swings. Four. 5. 2nd set done. Let's see where we are. It's going up nicely into zone 3, which is what you can expect when you're moving a weight at speed. Deadlift, row, clean, press, squat. Three. By the way, this shouldn't be too intense. It's only 10 minutes. But as you can see, or hear, it is challenging my general conditioning quite effectively. It'll be the 4th set. Then we have one more set to complete after this. And we're going to be good. 15 swings. The last one. And now we're going to take a minute to appreciate the world and life before we get on with the day. One, deadlift, row, clean, press, squat. Set down. 15 swings. And we're golden. And that, my friend, concludes that. Now let's take a minute, catch our breath, appreciate the world, reflect on life. It's like I always say, I train to live an active, self-sufficient, adventurous life. We're good. Just the way we are. We've got to love ourselves before we can move on. And the only way to get anything done is by showing up and doing the work. Whatever it is in life. I hope you're going to have a good day or a good night's rest, my friend. And I look forward to catching up with you tomorrow. Take care, friends. Have a good day.